Hi there, it's English Student to Student, where people from all around the world come to learn English as their second language. Our subscribers are at a B1, C1 level, and, well, it's already rather impressive. They join speaking sessions on different topics, pick up new phrases, and actually have great time speaking with people from other countries. By the way, each session is about 40-45 minutes long. This week we are focusing on transparent salaries, and now we'll work through each part of the session together. So this video is both for current subscribers of English Student to Student and new viewers. And if you're not yet using English Student to Student to connect with people worldwide, check the video description for a link to book your free first session. It's absolutely free, so don't forget about it. You'll also find information about the product and examples of the weekly meeting plans our subscribers receive. And let's start by going over the meeting plan. So when students first meet, they introduce themselves and share a bit of some interesting facts, so to say, about themselves. Then they read a text together and analyze the target phrases. And after that, they usually do an exercise to practice these phrases. And finally, the final part of the session is a discussion, a dialogue, where students use their new phrases to answer 5 questions connected to the topic of the session. And this week, we are going to speak about transparent salaries. To kick things off, let me introduce myself. I'm Ksenia, a co-author of this blog. And, well, I'm going to tell about myself. I'm from Russia and I work in the educational sphere. I work as a private tutor for young learners, English learners, and also I work as a clerk at university. Speaking of the things I like, it's gardening, definitely gardening, and reading. I like to read especially detective stories from various authors. And what kind of books do you enjoy? How about you? Could you please tell me about yourself? So the next step is reading. And now we're going to read the text together, and while reading, we'll discuss the target phrases. Let's get started. Transparent salaries involve clearly showing salary ranges for different jobs and explaining how salaries are determined, so how they're made clear. Here are some of the reasons why some employers came up with transparency in salaries. Read them in turn. The first one, addressing pay inequity. Inequity is a moment when people don't have the same resources, for example. On the primary motivations for implementing transparent salary practices, it means like the main reasons for starting using transparent salary practices. And going back to the text, it says that these salary practices is to tackle pay discrepancies, which means like to fix differences in unfair payments. And so the text says pay discrepancies based on gender, race, or other factors. Well, I suppose it can be one of the main ones from my point of view. And the second reason for using transparent salaries, as the text says, is building trust. Transparency in salary structures helps to build trust between employees and management. When employees know that pay decisions are based on clear criteria, like on clear factors, clear reasons, rather than hidden agendas, which means like secret plans. The text says that they are more likely to feel valued and respected. I suppose that like trust is one of the main factors that should be used in each business, because people feel more appreciated, they feel more needed, and it makes them more motivated. And the third factor, the third reason, as the text says, is reducing workplace gossip. Reducing, like making something less used. And when salary information is kept secret, it can lead to speculations and gossip among employees, which means like guesses or informal conversations on some private topics among workers. And the text says, by being transparent about salaries, companies can help reduce rumors and foster a more positive work environment. Foster a more positive work environment. And it means to create and develop a better work environment. And the text says that the environment where employers focus on their work rather than comparing pay. I suppose that people can do this, they can create some gossip. I can't say that they need some drama in their life, but still, this gossip can lead to some worse consequences from my point of view. And the fourth reason, as the text says, is supporting career development. Transparent salary structures can facilitate a more informed understanding of the skills and experiences needed to advance in their careers. The phrase "to facilitate a more informed understanding of the skills" means to make it easier for people to understand the skills they may need. And the fifth reason for using transparent salaries is improving employee morale and satisfaction. Knowing that they are being paid fairly can enhance employees' job satisfaction and morale. It means to improve the environment where employees feel happy and feel valued. And the text says that transparency can also lead to higher levels of employee engagement and retention. It means the ability to keep or continue having something. And the last reason, the sixth one, is attracting top talents. Organizations that prioritize salary transparency can attract candidates, people who want to do this work, who value equity and fairness. To value equity and fairness means to prioritize treating people fairly. And the text says that in competitive job market, transparency can be a significant differentiator for prospective employees, some qualities that make employees different from others. And after reading, English student-to-student users move on to the exercise where they can drill new phrases. And this week, we are going to fill in the gaps using target phrases. And I'm going to read the field sentences. So the first one, sharing feedback can foster a more positive work environment for all employees. The second one, a transparent approach to salaries can enhance an organization's reputation, improving retention of skilled workers. The third one, it's important to be careful while dealing with others who may have hidden agendas. The fourth sentence is the new trade agreement should foster better economic growth. The fifth sentence is celebrating achievements can enhance employees' job satisfaction and morale in the office. And the last one, number 6, the company's new policy aims is to tackle pay discrepancies. And then English to student users usually move on to the dialogue where they can discuss the topic of each session. And by the way, don't forget to look at the description of the video where you can find a link to book your free first session. Absolutely free. Pay attention to this. So now I'm going to read the questions for the discussion. And the first one is, which of the reasons for creating transparent salaries do you find the most reasonable? Why? The second one, do you or your immediate circle have transparent salary? If your answer is yes, do you like it? Why? Was it your choice or your boss's? If your answer is no, would you like to have a transparent salary? Why? Why not? The third question is, how do you figure out how much your work is really worth? Provide examples. The fourth question is, how do you think salary transparency could impact employee motivation and performance? And the last question, what information do you believe should be included in salary transparency policy? Why? And now I'm going to answer the fourth and the fifth questions. So the fourth question, how do you think salary transparency could impact employee motivation and performance? Well, I believe salary transparency could have a significant impact on employee motivation and performance. If employees have access to the information about their colleagues' salaries, it could lead to a sense of unfairness or even resentment if they perceive their own compensation as being lower than others in similar roles. And on the other hand, salary transparency could also foster a sense of fairness and trust within the organization, like encouraging people to work harder to earn much more money. But in any case, the impact of salary transparency on employee motivation and performance would depend on how it is used in the organization and how the workers, all the workers, react to this. And the fifth question, what information do you believe should be included in salary transparency policy? Why? Well, as an employee, I think a good salary policy should tell me what affects me, my payings, and how it can be changed. I also would like to know how much other people get paid for my job, the people who have the same position with me. It would be good to know what the company takes into account when it decides how much to pay me, and I also would like to know if my pains can be changed and how. So many factors, many things to be included, so to say. Well, after the discussion, our students can ask follow-up questions. Also, they can add each other on social media and to talk more, to communicate more often. So, don't forget that we are English Student to Student, a platform where people from all around the world come to learn English as their second language. Don't forget to look at the description of the video to book your free first session, and we are waiting for you. Want to see you soon on the speaking session with a partner from a different country. So, hope you liked the video. See you next week. Bye!